Welcome back, everyone, to Merm's Minecraft. You may be wondering where the heck I am right now. Yeah, we are in the end currently. So with that base that we're starting now, the cave base, right? I was going to, in between episodes, replace all of the stones in there, like the granite and the diorite and that stuff. I was going to replace it all with stone, smooth stone. And well, as it turns out, that requires a lot of stone, which means we need to make a machine right now to produce some cobblestone. That is next step, but that's going to be really annoying to like transfer stuff around. So basically the goal here is I need some shulker boxes. I banned elytra from the world, but not shulker boxes. So it's about time I take a little trip in the end. It's long overdue. You know, if I were playing vanilla, I would have done this hours ago. So, oh. Oh my god, how lucky is that? What the? What? It's got a ship too? Okay, here we go, I guess. Alright, well that was just about the easiest nether trip of all time. Nether trip. I'm spawning right next to one with the ship and all. We did get an elytra. Now, if you don't remember from the first episode, I am banned. I have banned myself from using elytra. This is gonna stay in the end. I will not use it in the overworld. But in case I want to like travel around the end, I will use an elytra then. Got the dragon head. I picked some chorus flowers, and I got 25 shulker shells. It's not a ton, but you know, 12 shulker boxes, so that's plenty good for me, at least for now. So I'll just head on back. That is so convenient. I mean, I had to go nowhere. I mean, the last time on like a vanilla world, when I was looking for elytra, it took me hours to find a ship and a city that wasn't looted, that was on a server. But yeah, that's nice. Oh, I just realized my train's all the way out there still. That's kind of annoying. Oh well. Alright, I've gone ahead and dropped off the elytra. That's the ladder to our portal. I just put it down there, so in case I want to use that in the end, it's down there, and I forgot this is blocked. But anyways, I'm going to get my shulker box set up. I need one basically. I'm just going to keep one around that I can put all my create mod stuff into, so it won't be at our main storage. It'll be pretty much all in this shulker box, so that anywhere I'm at, I can always, you know, have all my tools available to me, because there's a lot of moving parts in the create mod, as you've seen, so for sure this is going to be a big help. These guys are also compatible with the sophisticated storage mod that we got going in this world, so I'll make 3 shulkers real quick, and if I put them next to a redstone torch... Now, I have seen this before. I do have a visual error with them, so they're going to look weird in my inventory sometimes. Well, it seems... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Either way, it's fine. It doesn't really bother me that much. I also don't know if I ever went over this, but I'm in the creative world right now, the Superfly world, and when I was setting up this mod pack, I actually nerfed sophisticated storage, so you're going to notice here that, you know, as I go up, it's not expanding in the storage at all. It's just getting upgrades until diamond and netherite, where you get more storage. I did that when I made this mod pack because I thought sophisticated storage was a bit too strong, and would just never give me like a reason to really use create mod. So I ended up nerfing everything, including the normal storage stuff. Maybe you've noticed so far, but yeah. So these shulker boxes are especially nerfed, so there's no upgraded actual inventory space until you get to diamond tier. And so this is going to be our create shulker box, and I've put it up to gold. I'm actually going to use, I think we have enough diamonds. I'm going to make this a diamond shulker box, just for that extra bit of storage. I think that'll be worth it long term. So we're going to dump like all of this stuff in there basically. And then also I'm going to get a bunch of like shafts, cog wheels, that kind of thing. So I'll always be prepared when I'm building stuff. There's some funky stuff going on with how you dye these. You noticed earlier it was a green border. And then I had this happen where the middle was turned gray when I did this one. I guess you can, if you put it like to the left, or up does the whole thing, left will do the middle, right does a border, see it's an orange border, and bottom also does the whole thing. I didn't mean to do that. Wait, that's not straight orange, is it? Did that mix? Does that mix the dye? Like with leather armor and stuff? Because that's not how... Where's the shulker box? Yeah, that is not how the orange shulker box looks. I'm kind of cool with this color though. It's kind of create moddy. Interesting. All right, I did some fiddling around with it, and I got the current shulker box lined up. We got 4 going right now. All right, so first of all, we got the create crate. That's the first one. As I've already explained this, but I did top it off with some stuff. We got you know, a bunch of cogwheels in there, a bunch of funnels in there and stuff, and all of our machines on the right side. You can see I saved a lot of the slots here. These are kind of the leftovers, things I don't anticipate that I'm going to need a lot, and maybe I'll remove from the box in the future, but for now they'll stay because I don't have much else in here. Yeah, I just got a bunch of all the stuff I use often. Then I got the toolbox, so I took all the tools that I don't use as much and took them out of my backpack, so it's much cleaner in there. So these are things I only take out, you know, every so often, that I don't need constant access to. Then I did a redstone kit because that kind of goes hand in hand with create. If I'm ever doing redstone, it's nice to have this on. Definitely some work to do here. I don't have, you know, many hoppers, dispensers, droppers, that kind of thing. So but you know, we're in the early stages still, but that's redstone or Merm kit. And then this one is just generic. I'm just going to use this to move stuff around for now. So I got a bunch of stone in there that I'm going to take to the new area. So this isn't really like a permanent one, but I did make slots for these in my backpack here. So we got toolbox, create, and redstone all ready to go. So I can just, you know, if I need tools, plunk, grab what I need, goes back in the backpack. How nice is that? So I'm out here at the cave base, and you may be wondering what's behind me. Well, that right there is a cobblestone generator, and here's what happened. I built this on camera. I designed this myself in a creative world, and then I put it in the world, and I realized that first of all, its energy cost is too high, and second of all, it's kind of just really inefficient. So I'm actually going to tear this all down, and we're going to start from scratch here. So never mind any of this stuff. I'm using a design that I found by Larry King on YouTube. I'm gonna link that in the description for sure. Hopefully I remember. And basically I'm gonna use his design. It's not exactly the same. I'm definitely gonna change up some stuff in it because there are a couple goals I have here. I want to make a pillar out of it. So I have it positioned right underneath this thing up here, this little bridge of land, and I want to hold it up with a pillar, and I want that pillar to be where our cobblestone generators are. I also want them to be vertically tileable or stackable. So that's another goal I have here, so that way if my cobblestone needs go up in the future, I can just build more up. For now, we're only going to need a couple, though, because this farm is really, really efficient. I've tested it in creative. It's going to give us a lot of cobble. So we're just going to do one layer to start. Maybe I'll expand to two. And yeah, let's get building on that once I have finally tore this thing down. Now, the reason we're making cobblestone generator is because in this cave, I'm trying to flatten it out with smooth stone. So you can see all in this area over here. We've got all the floor patched out with these granite, diorite, andesite, and all that other garbage, gravel, and all that. I'm patching it all out and replacing it with smooth stone. Now, it's not going to stay that way forever. It's not just going to be boring gray everywhere. But I kind of want a base to work off of that isn't so messy. So I'm trying to replace everything with stone. I ran out very quickly and realized that we're going to need to put a cobblestone generator in here. Also, I'm not sure if I've even said this yet, but this area is going to be like a stoneworks area. And I'm going to talk more about what that means probably in the next episode, because I definitely have a plan for it, but I'm not going to reveal all that yet. So anyways, I put in a tank there. We're going to need to fill that up with some lava. I do have what is it? Item drain here. So I just need to go fill up some lava buckets, and then I can pump some lava into there. I actually don't need very much. I just need like one bucket in there. Literally like any amount works, because this will just generate lava, or like you don't need lava actually in the tank. You just need some. That makes sense. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to need some of them. I'm gonna need some fluid pipes. We're gonna take this and we're just gonna lay out a grid of pipes in this area. I've kind of layered out here. It's 6 by 6 on the inside. And so that's the area where we're gonna be generating cobblestone. And I just need to fill this whole area with pipes. And then on top of them, I'm gonna be putting pumps, and I need to make sure that they're facing upward, because that's the direction that our cobblestone is going to be generating. So when I get the pumps, I'm just going to normal right click them so that they're facing upward and not like that. I just need to fill out this area. So with that done, I'm going to cover this in a layer of just any block, really. As far as I know, anything will work. I'm using polished stuff here because that's going to go well with how I'm going to decorate this later on. And above this, I'm going to place a ring of glass, because this is where our water is going to go. So the main sort of mechanism of this cobblestone generator is that I'm going to be using these blocks, and it's something to do with the mechanics of how blocks are placed in this game. It'll basically be forcing the cobblestone out here and breaking it automatically. So I'm going to put all this together, and I'm going to glue it up there, and this here piston is gonna push and pull this boop, 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 back and forth over and over and over again. So I've gone ahead and hooked this up to a gear shift here. And so if I just turn this on and off, you'll see it's moving back and forth, and we're just going to do that really fast basically. So I need to get a circuit going that'll help us do that. Okay, so I'm getting our redstone circuit set up here. I have a button here that is going to be an on-off switch for this cobblestone generator. So I hooked that up over here. I brought a redstone line down. This here is a pulse shortener, pulse dilator. I forgot what the name redstone people use for it. Lord knows I'm not one of them. So this is basically just going to shorten our button pulse because it's too long. And then we just have a basic repeater clock here. I don't know if that's cringe of me. I don't really know redstone all that well. And then I'm also going to put a sticky piston onto one of these blocks with a toggle latch. So this is one of the create mod redstone things. This takes a pulse and turns it into a like lever type thing. So when I hit the button, this will flick on. Next time I hit it, it'll flick off, and this is what's going to turn it on and off by taking this block away. I also need to delay it by a bit. So I'll do that. And then I'll put a redstone piece there. Will that power it? I'm going to test. No, it won't. Okay. Can I like do something like that? Oh, right, that'll remove the redstone on it. I'm very smart. Do I need, like, target block? Is that the way? Or I could just... I'm so bad at this. Okay, so I just did a quick... I put one to the side so this redstone line doesn't interact with our pulse shortener. So it's just going to go into this toggle latch and right into this repeater, which is set to max tick. So what this should allow for us is to hit the button, and then this repeater clock will start going. Hopefully. That is what the plan is. Did I put it on the wrong block? Put it on the... That's not where the button is. That's where the button is. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Okay. I should just be able to run it from there instead. Not a big deal. Okay, so we've moved the button. And our repeater clock is stuck. Okay, I gotta figure out why that is. Well, I think I figured it out. There's supposed to be a piece of redstone dust here. Good job, me. Boom, and there we go. So now it is on, and you can see our timer is going there, and we can adjust the speed if we need to. If I click this again, it'll take the block away, and the timer will stop. Look at that, I'm redstoning. So I'm going to make use of the redstone links again, the wireless redstone that Create Mod has. So this is going to get powered with every tick here. I'm just going to make the code to cobblestone. And what I should be able to do is just go up here, place a redstone link, set it to receive mode, and give it our code. And there we go. It's moving back and forth just like it needs to. And just to show you proof that it works, I turned it off. I'll hit the button, and we're moving. And I hit the button again. And it stops. Nice. So now I just need to place our water, which I have an infinite water source right over here. Grab a couple buckets. And I want it to flow. Oh shoot, I probably put this in a bad spot. I'm gonna have to move that. I want our items to come out that way, so I want our water to flow this way, and our item collection is actually going to go down here. So I'll move this tank probably to this side. Okay, so I went ahead and hooked up some power to these guys. Now they're running really, really slow right now. They use up a ton of power. I'm not sure if that'll be a problem or not, because I'm not sure how that works when we're generating cobblestone with it. We really just need to make sure that it's constantly generating cobblestone. So I'll see if I need to speed that up in the future, but I can't have it at the same speed as this guy, otherwise it'll be bad. So then I just need to use my item drain. I need a pump, which I don't have on hand here. Let me get one of those. And I need one cog. Geez, I burned through a stack and some of cogwheels really fast there. And I'll have my hand crank here. I just need to get this one lava bucket in there. So this is going to be really simple. Here's our setup. I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to pump it in. Alright, so our lava bucket is in the tank. So that should be good. These guys look like they're working. They had the little lava particles coming. So I guess I'll just turn it on. Okay, so it looks like no lava's coming out. I'm gonna see what I need to do here. I tried doubling the speed and it still wasn't going. I did come up here and test really quick. It is producing cobblestone. So I think it's just not going fast enough to keep up with our needs here. So I'm just gonna try and keep increasing that speed and see how far we can push this thing. Okay, well, I figured it out, as you may be able to tell from all the cobblestone everywhere. So here's our thing. These can actually run that slow, so I took it at the speed all the way back down. The speed of this was not our problem, actually. It was that this part, the moving back and forth, is actually going too fast. I slowed it down here. I also installed an insane amount of water wheels because of the when I thought the pumps needed to go faster, so we have an excess of power here now. But anyways, so I slowed it down. It was at 64, then I tried 32, and then I tried 48, and 48 seems to be about the sweet spot here. So I'm going to turn it on for you. It's going to be a bit laggy because right now I'm doing nothing with the items, but just so you can watch what it looks like in action. It actually was moving a little faster than this just a second ago. Huh. It was breaking like twice as fast as this. It was breaking on each back and forth. Not sure why, but that's fine. It's going plenty fast. So I've gone ahead here and set up a pretty basic collection system. It's not really creative, but I mean, we're using water to push it here, so why not use water to push it here? It goes into a chute, which is much faster than a hopper, so we at least got that going on, into one of the limited barrels here. I also installed it with a void upgrade, made from just an ender pearl and a couple other things. That is so that if this barrel gets full, the items aren't getting everywhere. So what that does is if this barrel is full, it deletes everything else that comes into it, and you know, it's just cobblestone, so whatever. So yeah, let's turn this thing on again. So a lot is leaking out the sides there, and I definitely got to plug up those holes, but a majority is coming right down the water here, and down the water over here, and filling up this barrel pretty dang quick if you ask me. Okay, forgive the absolute eyesore that this is because I ran out of glass, so there's random, you know, cobblestone spots here, but it's fine. I'll pretty it up later. I made a few small adjustments to this. Now, I will say one thing. I'm realizing that I could use a sequence gear shift here. The tutorial that I watched didn't have one, so I kind of built it without one. I do think maybe I could have used one there, and then skipped all this redstone stuff. I don't know. It's fine though. I made a couple small adjustments though. Down there, I increased the delay on the repeater that goes into this all the way up. That will actually make it go faster because it breaks, like I was talking before, it breaks twice, and you'll see what I mean when I turn it on. And that also, I think the piston was breaking, so I think that's going to help it by having it not move as fast. I'll definitely have to see though if the piston breaks again. I added a water channel below that you can see, so there's some items grouping up in there. I might have to figure out a better solution, maybe using belts or something. But for now, yeah, see in these spots, I don't really know how water channels work that well, but they all come into this chute now. And then we've actually capped this thing out already, so there won't be any cobblestone gained right now. I have to put some stack upgrades in there, but I'm gonna turn it on. I'm such a liar. Why does it, like, it's inconsistent. Before it was doing it where it would break, 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 break. I don't know, now it's at like half speed. Oh wow. See how over here? It's, oh, interesting. Right here, the water is like messing it up. Why would the water be flowing like that, though? Can I, like, put a block there? This was a bad idea. No. Okay. I think we'll definitely have to switch to mechanical belts there. But for sure, the problem of the cobblestone flying around everywhere, as you can see, our floor here is pretty clean now. They're just getting caught up in the water now. It seems like there's none on the outside, so we're collecting it all. This thing doesn't lag too bad. It does a little bit. I normally cap my FPS at 165, so we're down to 140, and there's still plenty of machines to make in this area, so I'm a little worried about the lag, but I think a lot of these group ups are causing it, so I think we'll have to go the route of mechanical belts, and hopefully that will help it. I increased the tick speed by 1 more because I thought it wasn't spending enough time over here, and that did it. So now we're getting it like I was talking about, where it breaks twice on each, back and forth. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, that increases our cobblestone output a ton, and look at this thing. Look at this thing. This is ridiculous. And I was thinking about building a second layer of this. I definitely do not need that, at least for now. My cobblestone needs are not that great. My lord, this thing is efficient. I have gone ahead and changed our entire collection system here. I was basically, so we had the issue with the water. I wanted to try hoppers, but the problem was this hopper was not going fast enough. And the easy solution to that is to go to double hopper speed. And I thought the way we could do that is to get, you know, a storage that takes up multiple blocks, like the item vault that is in the create mod. And so I figured, you know, since we're using sophisticated storage, these barrels are much stronger than the item vault. That's just how it is. And so this is a use case for it where it's actually going to be, you know, useful and better than the barrel for me. And I figure we're going to end up pumping some cobblestone into a barrel anyways, so we can use the item vault here. And I think this is a good place to use it in our world. And then I hooked up, this is a threshold switch, so this will check the progress of the item vault. I wanted it to display like the actual amount of cobblestone in there. In the settings of the display link, it only has percent or progress bar, which looks like that. So we're gonna go with percent for now. I wish it would tell me how much, but that's okay. So yeah, we have, it fills up pretty fast. This thing doesn't hold as many items. I did the math on a bigger one. I'm not sure how much that will fit, but that's fine. And yeah, I just ran some power over to a display board here. And that's pretty much it. And then, yeah, I ran the hoppers all the way around. And then everything got blocked up again. And I went and made more glass. So everything's looking better with the glass. And I guess let's turn this thing on. And watch it work now that everything's done. And where did my button go? What? I don't remember breaking that button. Okay, I have a whole bunch of them in my redstone crate, though. Oh, did the water... Some water, I think, might have gotten down here. Okay. This should be a quick fix. I can just do this really quick here. Just need a couple... One more, right here. And this should all... No, I need to put another on this block, too. And that should be working again, and I already replaced the button. Okay. Should be good to go now. Yep. We're moving again. It does create some lag. I hope that this area doesn't get to be too laggy. I am... Oh, that's the wrong button. 140, 150 FPS. It's a little below where my monitor's refresh rate is, so just a little bit laggy for me here. But that's okay. So yeah, nothing's popping out. No stragglers coming around here. It's all getting caught up in the hoppers. Oh, there's one. I might have thrown that out earlier. But yeah, I don't want stragglers because that'll create more lag on top of being just like inefficient. If we go on the hopper here, you can see this one not filling up. This one's staying at 1, so it's constantly filling. And it should be the same thing over here. Yep, this one's empty, this one's empty. So the hoppers are keeping up with all the stragglers, as you can see on the side here. And then all the chutes there, instead of the water, is all going into this tank. And we're filling up pretty fast here. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it on that. I think this is honestly perfectly functional how I want it to work. So yeah, that's going to be where I end today. We're not going to decorate it yet. Maybe that'll be next episode. I'm going to use all this. I'm going to go over to our super smelter, turn it into stone, and I'm going to start working on getting all these patches of granite, diorite, and stuff patched up here. So now that we have this, it can go much faster, hopefully. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.